This is a table I built for some friends that was due on a Friday, and Tuesday morning I woke up and had no idea what I was going to create, except a table that was 36 inches tall and 40 inches round. And it was to match a Murphy bed unit that I built where the bed spits out the bottom, leaving the headboard area a perfect place for art. And the table was designed on a Tuesday. Wednesday morning, I used a CNC machine to cut out a bunch of circles that stacked to form the basic shape. Then those came to the shop to get sanded, glued, and clamped together with a rod going through the middle to keep it all aligned. Then the base was glued together in the same way, with the middle section hollowed out to reduce weight. And for the middle section, I took some monkey pod, flattened the top, bored holes in them, put screws in those holes, and then pre-contoured a bunch of circles. Then those got sanded smooth and glued and clamped together, also with a rod going through the middle for alignment. Now that I had all three shapes, it was time to smooth them out. Since the pieces were circular, they could be rotated while I remained stationary, and so I needed some sort of motorized Lazy Susan. And so Wednesday night, I took a Lazy Susan and routed a groove into the edge for a belt to fit into. Embarrassingly, I had a dead washer dryer in my yard that I then took apart and found that the belt that rotated the dryer was the perfect size to fit in the groove. And then I built this, which was a motorized Lazy Susan with a belt from a dead washer dryer, all powered by a cordless drill, and a PEX plumbing fitting as the drive pulley, random machine bearing as the idler pulley, some scrap metal as a tensioner, and with the drill, if I would have kept it battery powered, it would have died all the time. So naturally, I hardwired it to a 24 volt LED driver that was shoddily wired to a lamp dimmer, which gave me speed control. And Thursday, I was able to sand my creation smooth. Then Friday afternoon, I delivered this, and they absolutely loved it. The next time they had me over for dinner, they said, "Nick, we love this table, and we really love the monkey pod. Is there any way the monkey pod can go on top?" And I thought, sure, easy. I'll just rip some straight boards and glue them on top. But then when I went to pick out the lumber, I found these curved pieces, which naturally I fell in love with. What I really loved about the pieces is this section, which was a dark line followed by about 8 inches of really tight grain. So I photographed the pieces to bring into the computer, where I could play around with shapes to come up with a pattern that I could then cut out of acrylic and lay on top of the veneers to get the look that I wanted. To then put all those pieces together, which turned into this, which I'm really happy with. It's the first time I have ever done any veneer work, and I think it turned out great. It's very three-dimensional and yet perfectly smooth. And of course, a table like this needs to be lit well, and I couldn't find a light that I liked, so I designed and 3D printed one to match the table. And over here to the left, on the headboard, is a more complete picture of Hawaii. I contacted NOAA to get a digital elevation model of the islands with the sea floor, and then carved it out of wood. Everything above sea level is monkey pod, whereas everything below is plywood. This way you can see how the islands grew out of the Pacific Plate as it drifted over Hotspot while heading west. If you like what you see here, and you'd like to see my other work, just check out nickfournier.com. Thanks for watching.